everyone. Jennifer Mills back with us today, reviewing a movie. She saw The Invitation. I think you saw it during the $3 Saturday, if I remember correctly. We had talked about. First of all, you brought this up before we started. Critics hate this. It seems like viewers, most of them, seem to like it. What did you think?
Well, as you know, Jeff, I love Halloween, love a good horror movie. I wouldn't really classify this as a horror movie, but I think that's why the fans came down on the side of really liking it, because it's very reminiscent of the old Hammer films. If you're familiar with 1950s, 1960s Hammer films, it's very gothic, very moody. She flies over to this old castle in England, and the castle's very creepy. So you've got that whole thing going for it, which was great.
The lead actress, I know her from Game of Thrones, Nathalie Emmanuel. What did you think of her performance?
She was outstanding. I mean, I think she is someone that we need to keep our eyes on in the future because she has got big things. Obviously Game of Thrones was huge for her, but she is just a natural talent. She's just really good in this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is going to be like her star push.
Yes.
The other thing, okay, so the plot-wise, she finds out she has this long-lost cousin. She goes to London. They talk about going to Carfax Abbey. Talk about, I guess, the Dracula references and those kind of things. It's all about vampires.
So, Jeff, I wasn't going to mention that. I think
did I just spoil the entire movie? Yes.
Well, actually, I don't think so, because if you watch the trailer completely gives it away. I mean, the trailer kind of tells you that there's some Dracula reference in there. And it turns out that the Lord of the Manor, the long-lost family flies her to England for this wedding. And the Lord of the Manor, who is hosting the wedding, is a descendant of Dracula. At least that is implied. So, but the reason that they fly her to the wedding, we'll leave that, your imagining. Gotcha. We'll leave that as a hidden, gem.
Okay, one of the complaints I heard, and I don't want to jump too far ahead, but somebody said, obviously in this kind of a movie, there's a battle between good and evil, and they felt that the ending was a little too abrupt. What was your thoughts?
No, I thought it was fine. I thought they wrapped it up nicely, They kind of let you wonder. They give you a little question mark at the end, whether or not, I can't reveal too much here, but yeah.
Well, and that's good. Sometimes leaving you wondering is the way to go. Perhaps
right.
There could be a sequel to this as well. It's right. So hard, I think, these days to do vampire movies because, as you mentioned, we've done everything with them. I mean, we've had Vampire Hunters and Blade, and we've had other ways to do it. Did you like the treatment of this one?
Well, I would have liked it more if they kind of, after we left the movie, I said, now what could they have cut so they could have added more jump scares or something else that, I wanted it to be scarier than it was. They spent more time on the romance between her and the Lord of the Manor than I would have liked, and developing some of the family characters that I could have done away with some of that just to give me a little more scares. But other than that, I thought it was good.
I love that you reference Hammer films because I'm one of the few people in the world that likes Hammer. I love watching the old Hammer films. But as you mentioned, they're all very stylistic. And there's not a ton of scares. And you mentioned they almost try to model this after that. But I wonder if maybe just the audiences have changed over the years, and that a Hammer style today wouldn't be quite as popular.
Well, I don't know. I wish it would come back. I just loved it. I don't know if you ever saw the Woman in Black with Daniel Radcliffe. That just had Hammer written all over it. The Others with Nicole Kidman, I think, is sort of reminiscent of a Hammer film. It's just that eerie, gothic, moody, feeling. And I don't know who would not love that.
Yeah, I love that idea too. Finally, for you, you're a movie critic, but you're also a fan. Who do you side with more on this movie?
You mean as far as the rating?
As far as whether you liked it or not.
The fans. I liked it better than the last one that we reviewed.
Right. You saw Bodies.
It was definitely worth $3. I'm not sure that I would say it's worth $13, like full price.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a waste of an hour and a half for sure. And it's worth it just to see her because she is exceptional. She's really good.
Yeah, great actress. All right, Jennifer, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Nice chatting with you. We'll be back right after this.